Welcome back, traders. So this is going to be a new type of video from me. We're going to go ahead and take a look at my trades today. I recorded my trades live as I was trading, and so it's going to be pretty raw format. I'll probably stumble over my words, so just please forgive me for that. And hope this is entertaining for you, and let me know if you like this type of video. So today is January 23. It's actually at lunchtime right now, so it's 12:25 right now, but as you can see in the video, it is live. I recorded this starting at 8. Right now I'm just drawing out my higher time frame idea. I'm looking for price to retrace back into this daily fair value gap, and then I want to see these buy side get taken here on these relative highs at 22,111. So just kind of going through. Now today I did take a total of 5 trades. I know that's quite a lot, but you'll see exactly what happened. It was quite a tough trading day, and right now nothing much gonna go on. I'm just marking out my buy side liquidity up here, and I have the sell side, and I'm looking at that imbalance you just saw. I'm looking at that 1 hour imbalance, so I'm thinking price will come down into that area. And right here I am marking out the sell side liquidity. And that's pretty much it for now. Nothing much happens, and I'm just waiting for the 8:30 news or the 9:30 news or the 9:30 opening bell to get some volatility. So let's go ahead and speed forward to that. And I'll just it was quite a long session, so I'm just going to go ahead and cover the actual trades that I took at those times. Okay, I started recording back here just a couple minutes before the opening bell. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the regular trading hours. I'm gonna go ahead and mark out the opening range gap. So that's gonna be the close on Wednesday, and then I'm going to change it back to electronic trading hours. And I'm gonna just drag this over to about 9:30. You can see that we'll probably be having a I forgot what you call it, a discount gap. Basically, we want to be gapping lower, and this works well because you know, on my higher time frame, if you've seen my market outlook, I am bullish, but I do want to see price come down into this purple area right here first. So I just kind of want to go to, I'm going to speed this up actually. Let's go ahead and speed it up some. Oh crap, I just pressed the wrong button. Okay, no problem. We're just gonna go ahead and watch this again at 4 times speed. Basically, I want to give you some of my thoughts that I had during the trade. Right now at the 9:30 bell, I'm wanting to see these sell side right here get taken out. I do have this sell side right here. I definitely want to see that get taken out and price come back into the purple area. So here we go. It's going to be 9:30 soon. On the very next candle, I am on the 5-minute, and I will be flipping in and out between the 5-minute and 1-minute. So hopefully it won't be too chaotic at 4 times speed, and we can keep track of everything. But here we go, 9:30. You can see that 8:30 we didn't get much. It was pretty much like up and down, indecisive. So waiting for the 9:30 now. This is good right here. We're taking out the sell side liquidity, and I'm drawing that out. I think I just removed it, but I want to see this low get taken, but so far it hasn't done that. We've only taken out this low in the middle right here. All right, so with this push, I want to see it push down and take that sell side liquidity below that low. And maybe I can even speed this up a little bit faster. No, I think the speed is fine. We'll just take a look at this opening range just for a little bit, and then I'm going to go to the first trade in a little bit. Right now, I'm pretty much just waiting to see what's going on. I do see it wicking up. Now it did come up here. I'm looking for, it's probably just taking a little bit of liquidity up here before coming back down. That's what I'm wanting to see. Okay, I don't really want, you see I have an alert right here above this high. I don't really want to start seeing this high get taken before we sweep the liquidity below the sell side. I really want to see, I don't know, it's kind of big range, I guess. I didn't. Okay, so there we go. It did take out the high. My alert triggered. Not too excited at this point. This is the 1 minute chart, and I'm not seeing any obvious fair value gaps or anything to go in. So right now I'm still watching. The only thing is we have this really large wick, so that could have been like half of the wick PDA array that I could keep track of. So I see price coming down. So now I'm thinking, okay, maybe we're coming down to take the sell side liquidity below that low now. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, so that was an accidental, order that I was going to place, but canceled it. And now here I'm noting that Trump talks at 11. This is kind of odd. I took a glimpse at the economic calendar, and I didn't see this when I did my market outlook, but I just noticed that Trump is talking at 11. I don't usually see the president on the economic calendar, so I'm thinking that could be some volatility at 11, and market may just be consolidating until that time, so we'll see. Okay, so here we are at the 1 minute, and we do have this large run up. I'm thinking that this could be the first, and there we go. I drew it as the first 1 minute fair value gap, so I'm just gonna put that there on the chart to see whether or not it's gonna affect price action. And right here, I go ahead and enter my first trade off of that first fair value gap. I have about a $50 risk, and I'm looking for price to go up there. And now I know we didn't take out the sell side liquidity that I wanted, but I thought like, okay, maybe we are going to just get a quick run up before 10 o'clock or before Trump talks or something. So here we go. I like seeing the change in the state of delivery here. We went above those 1 minute down candles. Just doing some measurement here. Now, as price is going to take up the high above here, then I will want to move my stop up because, it's still not ideal. We didn't take the sell side liquidity like I wanted. So just want to make sure I wanted to put it at break even, but I thought, okay, it could come back down to the first fair value gap. I'm gonna go ahead and change my cursor color. I think that this is confusing with the colors being both the same. Anyways, I thought that it could come back into the fair value gap, but so I just went ahead and kept my stop loss below this low right here. And if I get taken out, then, well, I'm just gonna watch. Maybe it'll start going down for the sell side liquidity then. But I do like how it is staying above the first minute fair value gap, or the first fair value gap on the 1 minute. And if it does take out this high, then I definitely want to make sure I move it to break even. I may even move it to break even if this high gets taken. Because this fair value gap does look like it's holding. Okay, and there we go. I went ahead and moved it to break even. I'm looking for this high to get taken. This high right here, I'm looking for that to get taken, and then if that does, I could increase my profit here. But it comes back down, takes out the stop loss, so I am pretty much out on my first trade, and I'm going to be looking, well, I'm thinking those relative highs up here look pretty good, so I'll be looking for another opportunity if these remain intact. Okay, so those highs do remain intact for now. I went down to the 1 minute. You can see that price did come back down, and now we're working back into that first fair value gap, and it looks like it may be going down. So I think I want to take a scalp here, looking for this short-term low. I can see that we did have displacement. We went back up to the first fair value gap. So if this is going to close above this low and create a fair value gap, I will be looking to enter it, and I want to keep my stop pretty tight. I'm going to have my stop over there just above that second candle. Okay, so it is coming back up, so it does look like I could have an opportunity here. I went ahead and adjusted my order. I'm going to have it right there, have my stop up there, and I am going to look for that lower low. So it looks like it's coming up. Now, I was a little anxious here. I thought like, you know, maybe I should just go ahead and enter. I could be missing the move, but no, I went ahead and just stayed patient. I'm going to do two contracts right here. So my risk is at $46. This is definitely a small account. I'm trading micros and just trading with a small size right here. So if I do get hit on my target, that will be 130. So that's going to be like more than 3 to 1 or close to 3 to 1. So here I got a buy limit here. I want to take off some size below this low because once it goes down there, it could just rush. And then I just went ahead and got stopped out because I was hoping the move was going to be pretty quick. So I was moving my stop aggressively. And as you can see, we had a total retracement. And now I'm thinking, okay, we're probably just going to consolidate here, not do too much because I'm waiting for the 11 o'clock Trump talk. So I think for now, I'm not going to be touching the button, and let's just go ahead and jump to the next trade. Okay, so joining back, we did take above those highs, and now I'm thinking, okay, this is before the 11 o'clock Trump talks. Perhaps we could get some volatility and start going down. So here I'm thinking this could be a swing high and we could be turtle souping. Although I'm going to wait because we are working into this larger 5-minute fair value gap, a busy. So I want to just make sure that this fair value gap holds. We could take out this high or even continue even higher. So just going to skip forward a little bit here. And as you can see that, well, it's a little confusing now. I'm going on the higher time. I'm going to skip down until we get back down to the 1 minute again. Okay, here on the 5 minute, you can see it. We were really like barcoding over here. So it was just a pretty wild, a tough day to trade. So yeah, we did take the high once again. Now I'm looking for a breaker setup here. So high, low, higher, high. I want to see displacement lower. And I'm anticipating this big candle right here could be a breaker. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust it. This is where I think the breaker is going to be. And if I was aggressive, I could take a trade right here. I could take a short with the high up here because I'm anticipating this to also be a fair value gap. So I think I went ahead and marked it in. I'm kind of just playing around with the price, just understanding what kind of risk I am having. And ultimately, I decided to just go ahead and execute at the low of this fair value gap. Just one contract because, again, I'm not sure. I mean, we got one in a higher high, but it could be waiting for a 3 drives pattern where it goes ahead and creates another high. Plus, it didn't really create the displacement below that breaker. I want to see price go below the breaker, but it's kind of just staying in the upper half, so I did not like that at all. Instead of a breaker, this could just be a bullish order block. Now I do have my eyes on the fair value gap here, and I want this to drive down lower. I want it to just shoot down and create some displacement and get below this, you know, order block slash breaker. And now I'm looking for those relative lows to get traded to if it is going to go down. Now, you know, this back and forth, I'm thinking it may not go down. I made a note for myself up there because it's pretty much just staying in the upper half of this order block. It is respecting this fair value gap, the BISI in blue that you see me drawn out. So ultimately, I'm thinking, okay, it's also a little bit before 11 o'clock. Trump's going to talk in just a little bit. So it could have a big shot of volatility that just shoots straight up. So I ultimately decide, I think I'm just going to cut the trade off here and just like take a small loss. But still holding out right now. It is just a couple more minutes before 11 o'clock. I would definitely want to decide before 11 if I'm going to hold this trade or if I'm going to get out. And with it staying above the fair value gap right here in the order block, I ultimately just cut it for a small loss. I mean, it did come back down, but I mean, as you'll soon see, this high does get taken out. If I just held it, my stop would have gotten taken, but I'm okay with just taking a small loss. I think I just jumped the gun a little bit here. I was trying to anticipate the breaker, but it didn't actually form. So I'm thinking, okay, I need to be more patient here. I gotta wait for some confirmation before I actually execute. So ultimately, I would have gotten stopped out, but just took a smaller loss that I should have, and just waiting for the next setup. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking this could be a 3 drive. So if I do see 3 drives and I see displacement, I could try to enter short again, aiming for the relative lows. Okay, so we're back at it, and here I'm marking out, showing you that we did take the highs 1, 2, 3 times. So I'm looking for a 3 drives pattern. I'm thinking this big drop, this fair value gap, could have continuation down, at least to, you know, this 5-minute BISC, or if we can get below that first 1-minute fair value gap, we could head down for those relative equal lows. So here I go. I'm measuring my risk out. I'm going to have it, my stop above the fair value gap, and I'm looking to enter somewhere in this fair value gap. I think I have it set close to the lows. And there we go. I'm in just one contract because, you know, the day was pretty back and forth, up and down. So far, I'm not really convinced in either direction. I thought that if we did get another fair value gap down, like this right here, if this created a big fair value gap, I could have an opportunity to add into it and aim for those relative equal lows. But this is kind of a dangerous area because we are in that first fair value gap. Also, we have the BISC and we don't see anybody's closing in it. So I did lower my stop to at least break even. I like that drop. I was hoping this would drop even more. But you know, ultimately this could just be support here in this first fair value gap. So I'm measuring out the half of that wick, and then it just spiked up and took me out. I think I took another small loss here. So now I'm just really want to be patient. I'm thinking actually, because we had support in the fair value gap here, in the 5-minute fair value gap, that we could be aiming for the, let me get myself out of the way, we could be aiming for those highs now. I have the buy side drawn out. That's why I'm thinking that we could go with this support, but definitely want to wait and get some confirmation before just, you know, trying to get in. I don't want to just try to get in right away. Plus, I also want to make sure that my risk is good. And here, maybe if this right here has confirmation, I could enter here, but I think I even got a trade like ready, but even at this half of this wick right here, but I definitely wanted to wait for some confirmation because I could be wrong and we could just start going for those relative lows. You know, we have relative lows and we have the high here. So, and we're kind of like in the middle right now. So just waiting, but I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up to the next trade. Okay, so hopefully the next trade will come pretty soon. Here I'm making a note for myself saying that it's getting pretty late. You can see the time right now. It is 11:23. I don't really want to be executing between 11 and 12. So I may just wait for Friday. I note that it's not that obvious this morning. It's pretty tough day. And you can see that right here, I'm still looking for short actually. I'm looking for this SIBI to hold. If we can get displacement down, potentially I can enter short, aiming for, again, those relative lows right here. But for that to happen, this definitely needs to hold. But I do see that we dipped down on this move down for that fair value gap. So here I'm thinking like we could create a fair value gap here, and this would be an opportunity to get short. I got my stop set up right there, so I am calculating my risk. And once this spike went back up, I noticed that we are going into the fair value gap once again, and we are going up. There's a change in the state of delivery. There's no fair value gap, so I am just patiently waiting to see what's going on. You know, because of this measuring, we are kind of heading towards the premium. We're kind of staying in the upper half. So at this point, I'm shifting my mindset. You can see that I am looking for longs. Here, I went ahead and put in an order there's a small fair value gap. I'm hoping that the red fair value gap, the SIBI, is going to be used as an inversion, and then we can go for the relative highs up here, and then there's a higher buy side target that I'm looking for over here, up here. So let me go ahead and move myself out of the way. But ultimately, you know, we take out those relative highs before we came back to my limit order, so I went ahead and just canceled my trade. I wasn't wanting to go in once we take out these relative highs, because once again it could be going lower now. So again, I'm just waiting for some confirmation. At this point, I'm kind of done. It's 11:30. I'm thinking that, okay, maybe that's it. I'm just not gonna do much. I'm pretty much like close to breaking even for the day. I may just, you can see on the 5-minute how blocky today's action was. Anyways, I do end up taking one more trade, but my mindset here was thinking that I'm not really liking anything. So even if it does come up to the buy side, I mean, it looks like it's really going to reach the buy side right now, right? So I think I'm just going to let it go. But I'll go ahead and speed this up a little bit. I'm going to skip ahead. Once I see this fair value gap here, and I thought, okay, you know what? We didn't take out the buy side yet. There is a fair value gap. I could take this. I'm just measuring out my risk to reward, and it looks like a little bit better than 1-to-1. So I'm looking for a 1-to-1 trade here. So if I do want to enter here, I don't want a big size. Here it comes into the fair value gap and it's going below it. And I'm thinking, okay, you know, it's kind of at the price where it is. Okay, so I think I want to talk a little bit about the stop. Let me rewind a bit. I want to talk about the stop here. Let me pause it, rewind. If I went to the 5-minute. Sorry. Okay, here we go. So at the 5-minute, where I put my stop was at the low. You see these two down candles on the 5-minute. I went ahead and put it on the low here because this is going to be a 5-minute order block. If price goes below here, then I will admit that I'm wrong. So I have my stop here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and play. So I went ahead and got in because my stop here, the risk was pretty good. I think it was like, I don't know. It was, yeah, look, if you just got a glance right there, it was around $25. And I'm just going with like a really small size, just one contract, because it's just a 1-to-1. If I take it, it'll just get taken and then I'll be out. Anyway, just going up through my time frames just to make sure that it is going to be going up to the buy side. So I went ahead and I have my stop down here. Now, once it goes up above this height, now you see these down candles. If we go above the opening price on this highest down candle, then there's a change in the state of delivery, and I think it should just shoot up into the buy side. So I am marking these out. That is where I want to move my stop loss. If I'm going to move it to break even, a little bit better than break even, I will move it up here. And then I'm marking out the change in the state of delivery on the 5-minute. If it goes above that line, that's when I want to move my stop. So here I am, I'm getting ready. It doesn't go up just yet. And once it hits the change in state delivery, I want to go ahead and move my stop to break even. So here I'm thinking, okay, it's coming back down into the fair value gap. It could go halfway or half of that 5-minute wick right here, the 5-minute wick. So just now I don't want to move my stop up too soon. Give it a chance that it could drop down for that discount array. Now here we go. Change the state delivery. It went above that line, so I went ahead and moved my stop above break even. And now I'm sitting pretty. If I get stopped out, I'm done for the day. Not gonna touch anymore. We are getting close to 12 o'clock. So here I want to see. So okay, and it just went. I just went ahead and just closed it. I clicked the button, and I'm gonna go ahead and slow it down. So pretty much just got a decent 1-to-1. Yeah, like I said, today was a pretty tough day. A lot of up and down, pretty choppy. I'm not sure if Friday is going to be any better or not, but I think Friday could have the move I'm expecting. I'm actually wanting the PM session of today to go down. And as you can see, like after it took out the buy side there, it pretty much just dropped. And I went ahead and closed out the chart, but later on it does retrace much deeper. And yeah, definitely do not want to be in the trade if that happened. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. Let me know if you like the style. I can make more in the future. I can show you more of my live trades. However, I may just try to record as I'm trading. That way you can get an accurate version of what I was thinking during the trade. But anyways, that's it. That's all for today, guys. And until next time, safe trading.